Alright, this is Dumpy Harris, and I'm a UMG fan. And that Phil guy, he's so biased. He's trying to make Rick look all good. But this is a critique in favor of UMG. The narrative that Phil guy presents, which paints Rick as a virtuous educator and UMG as the monopolistic bully as the villain, that's a gross oversimplification that willingly ignores the fundamental principles of copyright law and the economic realities of the music industry. From UMG's perspective, this is not a matter of power and control versus independent creators. It's a matter of a commercial enterprise systematically infringing on our intellectual property to build its own brand and generate substantial revenue. Now let's dismount this fair use below me that Phil guy brought up. First of all, reevaluating the 4 factors. The monologue from him identifies these 4 factors, and the first one is purpose and character of the use. The argument that Rick's work is educational is a convenient shield for what is in reality a highly profitable commercial venture. And his YouTube channel, with nearly 5 million subscribers, is heavily monetized through ad revenue, through sponsorships and merchandise, and he sells his own Beato book and other educational products. This is not a non-profit classroom. It's a business. The use of our music, well, I'll speak like I'm for UMG, is not incidental. It is the central component that attracts his audience. Our music, our assets. And that's what makes me mad. And furthermore, the claim of transformativeness is weak. Often, Rick's use consists of playing the most iconic section of a song, the hook, and then providing commentary. The commentary does not transform the original work into something new. It's a derivative of it. The viewer comes to hear the hit song and the analysis, and while it's insightful, it's supplementary. The value is drawn directly from the appeal of our copyrighted asset, not from a new creation. Secondly, that Phil guy brought up nature of copyrighted work. Well, this factor weighs unequivocally in our favor. And the monologue states that using factual works is more likely to be fair use. Well, let me tell you something. Music is the antithesis of a factual work. It is a work of pure creativity and expression. This is the very type of content that copyright law was designed to protect. Most strongly, using a creative artistic work for commercial gain is far less to be considered fair use than, for example, quoting a historical document. Our music is not merely a historical document. The third thing that Phil guy brought up is amount and substantiality of the portion used. Now, this is perhaps the most critical point. The modeler claims that Beato uses brief musical excerpts and small bits. Now, this is rather misleading. He may use a short duration, but he invariably uses the qualitative core of the song. He doesn't play a random 3 seconds of ambient noise. He plays the signature guitar riff, the unforgettable chorus, the climactic solo, and this is the heart of the work. And by taking the most recognizable and valuable part of the song, he is in essence taking the very soul of our asset, the element with the most commercial and artistic weight, which directly undermines the argument for fair use. And fourth, that Phil guy brought up, is the effect of the use upon the potential market. It's not going to hurt anyone. Well, let me tell you a thing or two here. Beato's channel becomes a one-stop shop to hear the best parts of our catalog. It diverts traffic and potential revenue from our official license channel, our artist, YouTube's channel, Spotify, Apple Music, and so on. Why listen to the song on a platform that pays royalties when you can hear the good part, utter the good part for free on Beato's channel. Secondly, erosion of license and value. We operate a robust licensing market. If a filmmaker, advertiser, or other YouTuber wants to use our music, they must pay a fee. And Beato's actions set a dangerous precedent. If a channel of his size can use our most valuable assets for free, under a dubious fair use claim, then it completely devalues our intellectual property. And it tells the world that our music is free for the taking. Come to UMG, get our free catalog. So long as you talk over it. This would, in my weight, a crucial revenue stream that pays our artists and songwriters. That Phil guy had the nerve to say automated enforcement is a necessary asset protection. Well, of course. Automated enforcement, we engage in that. And the characterization of our content ID system as brainless and aggressive is rather insulting, framing a necessary business practice. This is necessary for our business. If we don't do this, we'll be toast. UMG is responsible for protecting an immense catalog of intellectual property on a global scale. The volume of daily uploads to platforms like YouTube makes manual review an impossibility. So we need automated systems, and these are the only viable methods for protecting our assets from widespread systematic infringement. These are not gatekeeping tools, these are asset protection tools, and he should know better because he's had his music stolen. It is our fiduciary duty to our artists, songwriters, and shareholders to prevent the unauthorized commercial exploitation of their work. The burden of proof of fair use lies with the person using the content, not with us, the copyright holder. This isn't about being outspoken. It's about unlicensed use. The idea that UMG is targeting Rick because he is outspoken and doesn't bow down in a romantic fantasy is a fallacy. This is a simple, impersonal business dispute. Rick Beato is not a target because of his opinions. He's a target because his business model relies on the large-scale, uncompensated use of our copyrighted material. Whether he praises or criticizes the music is irrelevant. Whether he praises or criticizes UMG is irrelevant. So, before we get all caught up in feeling sorry for Rick, think about the other side. Rick has built a successful media empire, and we congratulate him on his success. However, that success has been built in significant part upon the creative work of our artists. He's not merely an educator, he's a commercial competitor who uses our products as raw material for his own, without permission or payment. The clout and cash that Phil referred to in his little video he has earned is directly tied to the appeal of the music he analyzes. To suggest we shouldn't see a penny of the value generated from our own assets is fundamentally unfair. You think about it. And legally untenable. This is not a clash with independent creators. It is a necessary defense of the value of music and the rights of those who create it. Fair use is a specific legal defense, not a philosophical right to use whatever content one pleases for profit. So give me a break. And that Phil guy, he should just shut up and go away. That's the end of my rant. I said that's the end of my rant. Bye.